For the past 3 years, I've been in this room making YouTube videos, and my channel just crossed 150,000 subscribers. I'm gonna walk you through and show you what it looks like for me to make a YouTube video, how I plan and choose my topics, what do I do for a thumbnail, getting my gear ready to record. Hopefully you get some inspiration along the way, and as you have questions, just drop those comments below this video. I'm gonna answer you personally. So when I get ready to record, I come here in the office, which it's actually a pretty small room, 9 by 8, but it also shares a wall with the living room where sometimes my kids are. So I shut the door, and then I have this sound blanket that I put over it that tries to reduce some of the sound. And as you can see, I have sound panels over here, sound panels against this wall behind the computer, and yeah, even sound panels up there. And when it comes to recording a lot of content, I want to be ready as fast as possible. And so I actually have smart home automations that turn on all my lights and close the blinds. So I can say video blue, and then you'll see my filming lights turned on, my blackout shades automatically start closing. There's my key light and fill light that automatically turned on. And then this guy, the Philips Hue Sign floor lamp, which produces a lot of the color that goes on the background. Now, I do a lot of tech content, and so I have a top-down camera here that's going to focus on the phone or whatever device I have on the desk. And then I have my A-roll camera here. Now, because it's a small room and I need to make most of the space, this camera is way up against the back wall. There's basically no space between the camera and that back wall, but it gives me pretty good depth of field, and I'm separated from the background. Now, for audio, I use this shotgun mic here. This is the Sennheiser MKH 416. It's on an arm, so I can just place it exactly where I need to when I'm ready to record and swing it out of the way when I'm done. And after I turn on my A-roll camera and my B-roll camera, I'm pretty much ready to go. Those cameras go into a Blackmagic ATEM Mini Pro switcher, which then means I can preview everything that's on those camera shots here on the multi-view. There I have my camera 2 shot, so when I'm doing things on my iPhone or like software walkthroughs, I can see it here, my A-roll, and then I also have an Apple TV and my Mac connected to that switcher as well. Rodecaster Pro 2 here for audio, which that shotgun microphone is connected, and I'm pretty much ready to record. Now, days where I'm recording a podcast, I have this microphone on a low profile arm, but for videos, I use the shotgun. So yeah, I just sat down to record, but what am I going to record about? And this is actually a key part of my workflow, because I don't know when I'm going to have time to make a video. I actually have a running list of video ideas. I actually just use the Reminders app on my Mac. This way it's easy to jot down ideas from my phone or my iPad or wherever I am. And I have several categories here. I have a completed videos, in progress videos, videos I might want to make soon, and even an up next list with just video ideas that I can make at any time. Now, depending on the video, I might actually have a note that gives me more details about what I'm going to record. So like this video here, 10 ways to use Comet, that's an AI browser. I actually do have a note here. You can do this in Apple Notes. I use Bear, but this actually has some details about what I want to do in that video. So I'll pull up this note when I'm ready to record, and I'm good to go. This way, any video in my in progress list, I know I can film at any time. So if I have a spare hour, I'm going to jump in and just record a video. That's one of the things about being a solo creator, especially if you're trying to juggle work and also personal content on your channel. I don't know when I'm going to have free time, and so I try to be ready to record at least a couple videos whenever the time comes. And even if I don't have the time to fully edit that video today, I can still get it recorded and have lots of tools that helps me edit super fast, so I can worry about that part of the process later. I just want to get it recorded so I have the next one ready. Now, if I'm doing video like iPhone related or maybe iPhone accessory related, I'll have my phone down here and I kind of set up my little background. I have this gray desk mat that I'll use as a background for the device. I make sure to set my phone to never lock the screen and the auto brightness is shut off. This way I don't have to worry about the brightness changing while I'm filming. And just a little tip, when you make YouTube videos, it's helpful to put stuff in the background that might elicit comments, generate engagement, anything that might make someone say, hey, what's that? Because that's good for the video. So I put these little pins here that I got at WWDC, and I actually usually have at least 1 or 2 people ask every video, hey, where'd you get those? I also have this Inception top, which sometimes generates comments as well. But I also kind of have a whole like junk drawer. This is accessories, but also just things I can put in the background. You know, things like an NES controller if I want to use that. Also, another pro tip, if you want to have different looks on your desk when you're doing video shots like this with a device, I actually get these tile samples from Lowe's, and you can put this in the background of a video and it gives you a really nice look. This way you can have a variety of different shots of that top-down camera and you're still just using the same desk. Now, I typically don't script my videos. I just go off the outline and speak extemporaneously, because then I have some tools that clean that up later. So I'm just gonna hit record and go for it. Now, one of the ways that really helps me edit quickly is I basically record my B-roll, namely whatever I'm doing on my device, while I'm talking and recording my A-roll. So when I start recording, I'll record the A-roll camera, I'll go up here and start recording the B-roll camera. For audio, I actually record it here on my Mac using Audio Hijack. Here I have the shotgun mic chosen. I'll title the video and click run. Now my audio is recording. And I like using Audio Hijack for this because it actually puts little volume meters in the menu bar of my Mac. So I know that audio is being recorded and it's getting audio signal. I've never had to re-record audio, knock on wood. Now, if I'm also going to be showing stuff on screen, maybe something on Amazon or just a website or tutorial, I'll also record my screen at the same time using CleanShot X, and that actually gets the same audio input. I can actually choose a camera if I want to show myself on screen, like down there in the corner, and then I'll record this as well. Recording my A-roll, B-roll, and everything together at the same time means I can use a multi-clip in something like Final Cut and edit super fast. So now I'll record the video, talk about what I'm going to talk about, try to come up with an interesting hook, tease what's going to be in the video, provide value throughout. I typically do instructional or educational type videos, so I'm going to try and teach as much as possible in the length of the video. And when I'm done, I'll hit stop. Then it's importing all the footage, taking the SD cards out of the cameras, putting them down here in my Mac Studio. And when I'm editing video like this, I do edit in Final Cut. One, because I'm using a multicam clip, so I'm going to have multiple angles. You'll see here I'll have my A-roll, I'll have my B-roll, and then I have the voiceover clip. And Final Cut, Premiere does this in DaVinci, but it can sync all those clips via audio. And then when it comes to actually editing the video, I just have to switch between the angles. I can just go to Final Cut, switch the angle, and that's actually how I'll just edit my video, going between different angles throughout. I'm not overlaying a bunch of clips because the B-roll was filmed at the same time. Now, while I might edit my long-form YouTube videos in Final Cut, I always edit my podcasts and record any online content with remote guests here with Riverside. I'll even do some short solo content because it's just that much easier to edit. This is my weekly podcast. I get high quality video and audio when I record with Riverside, and there's a lot of AI tools that aren't even available in Final Cut that helps me edit podcast content super fast. Things like removing pauses, removing filler words. I can do all of that with a single click here in Riverside. I can even do something called Smart Layouts, which will switch between the active speaker automatically. That gives me a multicam look right here in Riverside. Now it'll switch between me and my co-host, go directly back to me, and that's something Final Cut doesn't even have something for. And so I could do all of it right here in Riverside, plus add image overlays. My screen shares are added automatically. And if I ever want to edit it, I could just edit via text by selecting the text and deleting it. Again, not something Final Cut can do. This helps me produce a weekly video podcast consistently and at high quality, and then export it in up to 4K resolution. This is my podcast specific channel, and every episode you see here was recorded and edited with Riverside. You can try Riverside today completely for free at that link down in the video description. One other step back here on my video content, I do run all of my audio through iZotope RX10. This helps clean up my audio even more, and basically I have a module chain where I can de-ess my audio, so just make it cleaner, better to listen to. It removes all breaths and also gives it a little more volume with that gain control. And because I do everything with multicam, I can run the audio only through iZotope, apply these effects, and then here in Final Cut, just import that edited audio file and sync it to the multicam clip. Again, if you have questions on multicam or any part of my process, just drop those comments below this video. Now, while I'm editing here in Final Cut, I'll also use some animated and motion graphics. For that, I use a bunch of motion VFX packs. So here I have like MKDHB's pack, and one I've used probably thousands of times is this little like zoom in effect. All you have to do is drag it, overlay it there in the timeline, and then you'll see it actually zooms in automatically, and then it will zoom out automatically. Just that quick little zoom, being able to drag and drop it from the pack is a huge deal. Also, I use the Motion VFX M Review pack, and there's a bunch of little animations, things like animated circles with percentages, things that are just great for tech content. And I also have the M Podcast pack, which is great for some lower third overlays, some background animations and textures and more. Now, once I'm done editing, I actually export all my video projects by sending it to Compressor. Now, the reason why I do that is Compressor, I can actually drag this group of settings where I export an MP3 and a video file, one right after another, and that MP3 file will get exported much faster. And then I will transcribe that MP3 and run it through ChatGPT. And then I ask ChatGPT for video title, description, and tag ideas based on that transcript. So I can do all this work that I'll use when I actually upload the video to YouTube while the full video is still compressing over here. So now I'm getting ideas for my title. ChatGPT, you can then ask it for like more ideas based on a title that you like, and it will just keep giving you title ideas until you get one that you feel is sticky. Now, choosing a title or just topic in general, taking a look at my channel, I know my channel is tech-based, and so my audience is interested in iPhone, tech, iPad, stuff like that. And so I have several different kinds of videos that I'll make. Some of them will be new feature walkthroughs. There was the latest beta right here, and I did a 100 plus new features. And that was actually a 30-minute video, and it performed pretty well, 44,000 views right now in 4 days. But when you think about the value you provide, are you educating people, are you inspiring them, or are you entertaining them and being funny? Think about your niche and then what falls in that category. So I'm very much an education-focused channel, and so I'm teaching people how to use iPhone shortcuts and automate things. I'm teaching them about my dual Mac workflow, teaching them about software updates, and also branch out and teaching them about the best deals on iPhone gear and the accessories that I use. Or maybe some apps that they've never heard of that I think they would really benefit from. And after you experiment with titles and thumbnails, and this is just a process you need to do over and over again, you'll start finding things that work. Like I know titles like this one where I do an app listing, 30 plus great apps for iPhone. It's a simple title, it's going to appeal to people, it's easy to understand, and the thumbnail complements the title. Those are the kind of combinations you want to look for with thumbnail and title that is going to help you reach that wider audience. Now, a thumbnail I didn't think was going to do so well was this HomeKey Smart Lock, but for some reason, the combination of the title, the best Apple HomeKey lock of 2025, that probably had a lot to do with it, and just the simple thumbnail showing, oh, this lock you can unlock with your phone, 50,000 views on a smart home lock. It's pretty good. Now, if you're not sure what to make a video about or what people are watching in your niche, go to your YouTube Studio, which you go to when you log into YouTube, click your profile icon, and then YouTube Studio will be up here. You can actually go over to Audience, and here you can see channels your audience watches. So who are the kind of people that watch my videos and what channels do they watch? You can also see videos your audience watches. So these are topics that your audience is interested in right now, and maybe you should make a video about it. Not copying these videos, but putting your own twist, providing more value, doing it in your voice. You can also see this popular with different audiences. This is a new metric, and this will show you videos that have appealed to a wider audience than your typical viewers. So new are people that don't typically view your channel. Casual are people that sometimes watch your channel, but these videos appeal to a wider audience. And these are your core viewers, people who watch every one of your videos. So visit this analytics page in your YouTube Studio just for some inspiration and ideas that will help reach new audience and grow your channel. And one other word on thumbnails, I use an app called Pixelmator Pro to make my thumbnails. You can do this in Canva or Keynote. You can use lots of different apps. But basically what I do, as I'm recording a video, I'll basically smile at the camera, hold my phone up, and then I just cut that out and overlay a bunch of other things on the thumbnail, add a gradient behind myself to do a little color, and this formula has worked pretty well for me. You can see a lot of my thumbnails follow that formula. It's me with holding a device, maybe some app icons, maybe holding accessories. Maybe I'll break out some of the features and put that in a thumbnail. Repeating that formula, finding what works, and helping your audience know what to expect, that will help grow your channel and keep people coming back for more. Then once you've uploaded that video, title and thumbnail, just keep doing it. And that's the main key of YouTube, consistency. It took me multiple years to really start seeing that growth, and then it really accelerated. And now at 150,000 subscribers in just about 3 years. So if you have any questions about my process, drop those comments below. If you're looking to upgrade your setup, maybe you want to know more about the gear in my studio, I did a full walkthrough. I'll link that video above right here. And subscribe to the Riverside channel and hit that like button because we're going to do content on this channel about helping creators grow your YouTube channel, your podcast, helping you with your setup, and more. And if you want to see even more behind the scenes of my process about planning my videos, using Notion and reminders to really flesh out my podcast and my videos, I'll link a video about that right over here. Thanks for watching. We can't wait to see what you create.